Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to now. That is probably that thing looks very familiar because I used to wear one of those when I was a kid, and well, I'm still a kid at heart. I mean, they still make those things, but anyway, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Fantasy Football Fever. It is Friday night, January 2nd, 2026.
First show of the
Happy
year.
New Year.
First show of
Yes,
the
Happy
year.
New
Yes.
Year. Happy New Year to everyone out there, for all you fantasy football nerds like ourselves here. Wherever, whenever, and however you're watching, thanks for making us part of your first week of the new year. Of course, I am Tim McClelland here. We're joined, of course, as always, by our faithful and trustworthy league commissioner who, once again, has put together an awesome season, and we couldn't do this without him, the one and only Mr. John Mother Lovin' Natale.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Tim. And I'm looking. Yeah, it was a great 2025 season. Looking forward to 2026. And I got my thank you speech for you guys, and obviously for the champ. We'll hear that shortly, I guess.
And of course, once again, walking the streets of somewhere in the Empire State, the host of the Hooked on Sports podcast, Mr. John Flynn. Of course, we
For the
call him
win.
Flynn for the win.
Howdy, howdy, everybody. I mean, it's been a while since I've had to do to do this where I have to walk during the show. It's because it was like been a couple of months, but now I'm walking right now where I'm at. It's 27 degrees, so it's pretty brisk out there. But I have my ski mask on, but I mean I have it off my mouth so I can do the dang show without my voice sounding muffled through through our microphones. But welcome to 2026, and or as people would say, 8 months till fantasy draft time.
That's right.
Right, that is true. And of course, joining us here for a very special reason, which we'll get to in just a few moments, my good buddy and one of my cohorts on the Pain and Game Pick'em show on his channel, A Pizzle 90. It's the man himself, Mr. Alex Putnam. Have football freaks, gridiron geeks, have no fear because
Hey, Pizzle is here in the flesh, baby.
yeah, he is here, and he is here for very good reason, which we will explain to you just momentarily as soon as I can go ahead and get this up here. Well, for many of us fantasy players, this past week was championship week. So of course we had ours. And let me find that button right here.
Yeah,
See if
it's
I can find.
in one of the other leagues I'm in. I went back to back, so.
Heck,
There you
congratulations.
go.
Yeah, and I survived Bijan Robinson and his 40-point performance on Monday night.
Holy cow.
Yeah, but the thing is, my opponent started DJ Moore, who only had one catch, and Dallas Goddard. If it wasn't for that fluky touchdown, was a total flop as well. But I wrote Dak and Trey McBride's garbage time fourth quarter production to victory.
Well, anyway, let us take a look at the championship matchup from last week. It was our good friend Alex Putnam versus our other Pain and Gang cohort, Mr. Lucas Cantwell, aka LC Muscles. And looking at these numbers here for Alex's side, his big scorer of the week was Bijan Robinson with
From?
39 Texas
That's right.
with a big time 39.9 fantasy points, thanks in part to that 93-yard touchdown run, longest touchdown run in Falcons history. We got Matthew Stafford getting 1376. Javonte Williams got 11.4. Mike Evans with 12.1. Jalen Waddle was a bit of a disappointment, only 7/10 of a point right there.
Yeah, he was injured for the most part on Sunday, dealing with some
Yeah.
rib issues.
Kyle Pitts Sr. for Atlanta got 3.6, 11.2 from Travis Etienne. Carson Switzinger with 9 even. And I got to get down here. The Texans got 14 even. And Charlie Smith, the Saints kicker, got 13 points even on that one. So looking over on Lucas' side, he got 23.12 from Trevor Lawrence, got a disappointing 6.4 from Jameer Gibbs, disappointing 8.7 from James Cook, Puka Nakua with 15.7.
Nakua Matata.
What a wonderful phrase. He put Taysom in there, but unfortunately, Taysom Hill got him a big goose egg.
Ooh.
RJ Harvey, one of the best young running backs in the league, 18.6. Jack Campbell with 6.0. Lions defense special teams had 11.0. And Harrison Mevis with points there. And looking at some of the bench players that these guys had, well, Alex left. The Eagles left Alex 16 points on the table, while Jacoby Brissett left him 16.48, 11.5 from Tony Pollard. Jake London 1.4, Brian Thomas Jr. 7.9. Both Gardner Minshew and Brock Bowers both had goose eggs because I guess they were both injured. And meanwhile,
still on IR.
Yeah. Over on Lucas's side, a goose egg from DK Metcalf.
Who was suspended.
We all know why.
Serving a suspension, of course. Bills defense got him 9 points. Keenan Allen got 2.7. 3.2 from Isaiah Pacheco. 13.76 from CJ Stroud. 4.9 from Dalton Schultz. 21 even from the New York Giants.
Wow.
Yeah, I started the Giants defense in the league I won my championship in, and I didn't think Deontay Banks would help me win a fantasy championship. Deontay freaking Banks.
Yeah, how about that? And so, Natale, you want to go ahead and make the official announcement?
All right. I guess it's speech time then.
Announcement. Okay.
All righty. Yep. And it's about a page and a half, so it's not too trouble. It'll probably take me like 2 or 3 minutes to read this off.
Okay.
All right. It says here, first and foremost, I would like to thank all of you for a successful 2025 fantasy football season. Having this league wouldn't be possible without all of you. You guys being on this journey with me is truly special. I appreciate you all continuing the ride with me, and I look forward to what the 2026 season brings. On August 29th, 2025, our fantasy league began with our draft, and boy, was it intense, just like every year. After 4 months of intense competition, I am ready to announce a new champ is born and has emerged victorious. I am here to formally congratulate Alex Putnam, A. Pizzle 90, on becoming the new champion. Congratulations, Pizzle. Wow.
Yay.
What an accomplishment. From being nearly at the bottom of the barrel the past few seasons, you finally got that much-needed championship. From that moment of taking Bijan Robinson with the first pick in the draft, you never looked back. While most of the season was a seesaw battle, you stayed in it and really grinded it out. For that, I tip my cap to you. While the chips were down for you early on, you stayed in it and kept battling and persistence really paid off. Week 17 really did wonders for you, where it was get a win and you're in the playoffs. You did just that and then some. Come playoff time, you completely demolished everyone to get your first championship in the league. To go from last to champ in 1 year is not something you see every day. So I give you props for that. I must now pass the baton from last year's champ, that's me, over from me to you. Congratulations, Alex, on winning the league. What's better than winning the championship? Having back-to-back championships.
Yeah.
Best of luck in the 2026 season, and watch out, because we will all be ready for that title.
All right. Yeah. Well said. Well said.
Thank you,
Yay.
Mr.
Yay.
Natale.
Awesome, of course.
Okay. Okay.
And
I think let's have a speech from Mr. Putnam here.
Oh, I don't have anything prepared. I really don't. All I have is this crown.
Yeah, that works.
What happened?
All I have is this crown.
It's because you
like I
didn't think worst to first was possible.
I did not, honestly, did not think that was possible. Man, look at my record: 7-7. That's dead even.
That's funny. Yeah, two out of the 4 seasons, the winner was 7-7. Lucas 2 years ago was 7-7.
7-7.
And Andrew won the league at 6-8.
What a disaster
Well,
that was.
at least I have one piece of glory left. I'm still the only person to win a league championship with a winning record.
With a winning record. There you go.
Yeah. And also, and Alex was the only person I couldn't beat this year. Sorry, because I beat everybody else, but Putnam beat me 3 times this year.
3
Week
times.
4, week 14, and week 16.
Oh wow.
It was my hunch from the beginning of the season. I knew Bijan was going to go off, and he did just that. He was my MVP of the year.
And there you go.
I mean, that was the winning move, drafting Bijan first overall when everyone was taking Jamar Chase first overall.
Mm-hmm.
And just to think, with the season he had, and now he could be he's with the regular off season that he has, that he might be poised for one of the greatest running back seasons ever next year.
Right.
Because you could be talking about maybe 1,000 rushing yards and 1,000 receiving yards in the same season.
That's not easy to do, but
Yeah. I think Bijan can do it.
I think so. He's got that little X factor, whatever it is. He's got it.
Also, my team name for the second year in a row is Waddle House. Because of Jalen Waddle. My favorite player on my favorite team. Let's go.
Yeah, who gave you almost nothing in the championship round?
Yeah, because he was hurt for the most part.
Yeah, that's
he did step up when Tyreek was hurt, so I'll give him that. We'll give him that. But yeah, hell of a season. Cannot wait to be on it again. Once again, I will be defending this crown. Well, not this exact crown, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And you and Lucas turned this into a money league job with your bet. So did you?
Did you? Me $50.
Oh yeah, that's right. So basically all 4 of my leagues were money leagues because the 2 you turned into one at the last minute.
That's right. He still owes me $50. Well, there you go. Absolutely awesome. Hell of a season.
Oh yeah.
Thank you once again, Natale, for putting it all together.
Oh, of course.
Including me in this once again. Fantasy Football Fever. Absolutely love it, you guys.
Oh yeah.
All right. So why don't I take a look here? If I can press this little button here and check the check this here. See if the screen will come up. If it will come up. So, yeah. So, yes. And may I say, Alex, you have never looked better.
Thank you very much. Well, thank you.
All right. Let's get this. I want to get this screen up here. So if I can get it up. So basically, it's basically how we all finished this season here. So if we can get it going, here we go. So Alex, of course, finished on top. We had Lucas finishing second. Oh, we had Flynn finishing third. So,
By 4/10 of a point
4/10
over Andrew.
Yep. So basically, this is basically how it all played out here. White House 128.66 to 98.02. And here's all the results from the other games from this past week. Flynn was able to defeat Andrew by 4/10 of a point. Casey took care of Dino 129.98 to 80.9. I defeated Natale by a score of 145.38 to 110.68.
Making you the consolation champion.
Yeah, at least a consolation champion. I'm a champion of something, you know.
Yep.
So, and then Adam took care of David 112.68 to 77.64. So we'll take a look at the final standings. So we know the big three. We know the top three already. Here's how everybody finished this year. Come on, work with me, babe. Okay.
There we go.
All right, there is final standings. So Alex finished first, Lucas second.
So Flynn was 11-3.
Yeah, I want 11 wins in 4 straight years, and the 1 seed, and no championships to show for it.
Oh,
Wow. Then
And each of the last 3 years, I got knocked out in the semifinals. I was one and done.
oh my gosh. So we got bottom LC Flynn, then Andrew, Casey, Dino, myself, Natale, Adam, and David. So let's take a look at some of the final stats here. Looking at points 4, that would go to Flynn with 1,985.42. Who allowed the most points? That would have been Adam with 1929.2.
Oof.
How many roster moves? Let's see. Who had? Wow, Dino with 98.
I mean,
That's pretty obvious.
and I came in second place, not even close.
98?
God, gee.
Well, I think technically, I think a lot of it was due to doing adds and drops separately.
17 weeks? What are we doing?
Yeah, well, a lot of it was by doing it separate. Because if you do it together, it counts as one.
Right.
But even if you cut all that in half, it's still a lot.
Basically got a whole new roster each week.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's pretty much basically how it ended up. So once again, congratulations to our champion.
Bow down to your king.
Yeah.
King Alex.
Yes. Yep. It's 245 days until draft day.
All hail,
Oh boy.
King Pizzle.
Yeah. Yeah. So the rest of us have 245 days to figure out a strategy to win because that's the Friday after Labor Day,
Now,
which we traditionally do our draft.
with the draft, will it be the person who came in last place gets the first pick?
Yeah, that is my plan. That's what I usually do.
And the champion will have the last pick, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I get the reverse. I get the last pick in the first
And
round.
then there is a possibility we'll be expanding to 12. We'll see.
Okay.
Because somebody that you guys are all very familiar with. I'm thinking about getting Vampire Luke on board potentially.
Oh.
For a Brit, he's pretty good at football for a Brit. I got to give him that.
Yeah, a lot of good fans over there across the ocean. So,
Yeah, it's just a matter of finding number 12. That's the only thing.
I mean, but now the curious thing is, so that the time difference between me and Luke is 5 hours, and it would be 2 in the morning, UK time when we draft.
He usually stays up a lot because I see him in the chat a lot when Alex does the Pick'em show. He's in the chat pretty often.
I mean, it's Tim. Is he in the chat now, Tim? It's because I'm walking and I can't.
Right now he is not.
I don't think I see him in the chat room right now.
Yeah.
He doesn't usually hang on our show that much.
This is the best fantasy league speech ever. Well, thank you, Wally G.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you, sir. Thanks for following us. And the passing the baton speech, I'll highlight that here. Passing the baton speech, I mentioned that. And the acceptance speech, thank you, 1.7 seconds.
Thank you.
So who has the record for the shortest Oscar speech? Because I think the shortest Oscar speech goes, "Thank you."
The shortest Oscar
speech. Boogie Nights. Goes up for the award. Thank you. Holds it up there.
I can't recall who did.
Yeah.
So,
but that's a question we can figure out in our own time. So
yes.
Yeah, that's a question for another time and another place. But
yes.
All right. Well, now that has been taken care of, we have a little bit of information that we would like to give to y'all. We are making predictions on how the players would go in fantasy, how we ranked them, and how they ended up.
Oh,
so, there should be some comedic laughter for Putnam. Maybe another hand as to why I failed miserably, why the tally failed miserably, why Tim failed miserably.
Well, let's not forget David.
Miserably.
Let's not forget David St. Dennis.
Yeah.
Well, he did get Drake May, who finished as the number 2 quarterback in fantasy football this year.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. And let me get the let me update the banners here because I can do that, but it would be great for those of you to maximize your screen so you can see everything.
Yep.
I mean, and the thing that stands out to me, it's the thing that stands out to me with these quarterback rankings was I don't believe Tim ranked Drake May at all on his list.
I don't think I did.
And he wound up being the number 2 quarterback in fantasy. So,
oof. I came nowhere close. I put 18.
I put Lamar Jackson at number one, and he finished 20. What a
Ooh,
disappointment!
20.
Yeah,
Part of it was because he was hurt, but really a good chunk of. But even when he did play, so was that he wasn't producing the way he usually does. Yeah, he. Remember that week 1 game against Buffalo that felt like a generation ago.
You guys are pretty high on Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I mean because a year or two with him and Marvin Harrison Jr. I was dead wrong on Marvin Harrison Jr. I was wrong on Kyler Murray. I mean, remember I was high in the Arizona Cardinals before the season. That I labeled them as a playoff team. I was stunned at how terrible they've been this year.
JJ McCarthy's okay.
I had JJ at number 20, and he finished. Well, we have another page to go on this one as well. So,
We only have one page of quarterbacks, Tim.
oh, one page for quarterbacks. Okay, well, as you can see, JJ kind of did not make the final list here. But I see Natale and Flynn were exactly right with Josh Allen, and once again, Josh Allen is. I think Matthew Stafford is now in the driver's seat for MVP, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
I think it might wind up being Drake May, but it's definitely gonna be one of those two. And I can tell you for a fact because I have the full list here. J.J. McCarthy finished number 31.
Ooh.
ouch. I had Stafford at 21. He finished third. I didn't think the Rams were going to have that very good year. I put Michael Penix at 22, and he's off this list here. So Dak finished better than I expected.
Yep.
It's
Yeah,
at number 5.
yeah. Other notable names: Joe Burrow finished 33. Jaden Daniels finished 34th.
And then there's Tua turning the ball over.
Tua turned Tua turned the ball over. Let's see, he finished number 25, so he should be on. He should be on the list that I gave.
Yeah,
So
there he is. I see him on the corner there.
Pretty
Yeah.
bad.
And at number
I mean,
26, I see Joe Fluco finished number 26.
Joe
Yeah.
Flacco. For the
I mean,
Browns and the Bengals.
yeah, and a big part of that was that game he had against the Steelers in Week 7, where he decided to go nuclear.
Yeah. And that's pretty much here. Where
Then you
did
guys
I?
had Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones finished number 15 despite the injury.
Yeah.
I don't think I even had Daniel Jones. No, I did not.
No, I don't think
I
I
mean,
did either.
Nobody did.
I mean, also remember at the time we recorded the quarterback segment, it was 2 week. It was the week before training camp started, and they were in a quarterback competition
Right, Anthony Richardson.
with Anthony Richardson. So
Mhm.
just yeah. I mean the thing was we had to predict these rankings like 7 weeks before we drafted. So.
That's
I
true.
mean, not only I thought Anthony Richardson was going to wind up being the starter until Shane Steichen's comments in training camp suggested that he was going to point towards Daniel Jones.
Uh, so,
Huh.
shall we move to the running backs?
Yeah,
Yep.
Boom. Well. I had Saquon at number 1, and he finished out of left field.
Huh.
I had Bijan Robinson at number 2. He finished at number 2. We all had Saquon Barkley in the top 2, and oh my goodness, he became a total disappointment here.
I
Oh,
mean, part of it was because the Eagles' offensive line was not healthy the first half of the season, and part of it was Kevin McClelland had no idea what the hell he was doing in calling plays. So those two factors were why Saquon Barkley took a big step back this year.
Right. So I had Derrick Henry, had him as a fourth best, and he finished actually seventh. Had
I mean, it's like he would have finished outside the top 10 if it wasn't for that crazy game he had against Green Bay last week,
yeah.
where he put up nearly 50 points.
And it looks like we all overhyped Ashton Genty a bit.
I think we did.
Yeah.
I mean, the crazy thing was so that when I was doing mock drafts, and I was doing somewhere towards the back, I was always getting the Ashton Genty Nico Collins combo, and in none of my leagues did I draft Ashton Genty, so part of in the first round. So I'm kind of thankful that. So I mean, part of it was Christian McCaffrey was available in two of my leagues when
Right.
I drafted. One of them, I had the second pick, so by default, I had Bijan Robinson after Jamar Chase went first overall. Um, yeah, yeah, so I think so that was really the thinking there, and then you had that.
Mm-hmm.
So we have McCaffrey, Robinson, Jonathan Taylor, Jameer Gibbs, Devon Chan, James Cook, Derrick Henry, Chase Brown, Kyron Williams, and Travis Etienne as the top 10. So
Yeah, Travis Etienne was kind of the surprising one. Because we had no idea how the Jags were going to handle the running back situation. I mean, remember, Jacksonville had four different running backs so that they had to figure out from Bashal Tootin, who I kind of overhyped a little bit because I thought he was going to wind up being the lead back at some point this season. Didn't turn out to be that way. Who else? Tank Bigsby, who came on and became the RB1.
His name is Tank.
At the end of the Tank
wow.
Tank. I thought it said Tank, but
His name is Tank.
Yep. And I noticed finishing at number 16, Rico Suave. But I didn't even have him in my top 26. I kind of thought he was going to maybe take a back seat to Chuba Hubbard. Either, and I don't see Chuba on that first list there. Travion Henderson. I'm surprised he finished kind of outside the top 20. I thought he did better than what his rating can put him.
yeah, I think that first outing, his first preseason game where he went off, that's when everything. That's when his fantasy value started to skyrocket, and I knew whoever was going to get Travion Henderson was going to wind up getting an absolute steal at the time he did, and I am disappointed that I did not draft Travion Henderson in any of my leagues. He would have been a big. He would have been a big boom for me, and in two of my leagues where I had Chase Brown and either Bijan or Christian, he would have been a perfect straight chip for me to go and get some roster reinforcements. But speaking, going back to the Jags for 1 second, I have the full list here. So Facial Tootin finished 55th. The Quint Allen Jr. finished 85th. And then DJ Dallas finished 123rd.
I noticed that Natale and myself, we both put David Montgomery at number 22. Flynn put him at number 21. He actually finished 26, so a little bit below our expectations, but still kind of the same neighborhood. I guess we can go to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's numbers 27 through 52 at running back.
So I had it's getting a little bit low. I guess we all had Ramondre Stevenson kind of in the same area, but he finished a little bit better than what we thought.
I did not think that was going to happen, though. I didn't think in a season where Travion Henderson was playing at a high level that he was gonna be a top 30 back. I did not see that coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see here. We have Woody Marks, Ramondre Stevenson, Tal Anang, one guy, Kareem Hunt, and William Krosky Merritt. He's a young running back that you would definitely want to keep your eye on for the next couple of years.
Ooh, Bucky Irving.
Bucky Irving finished 35th. Of course, he was injured for most of the season. There's Cam Scattaboo. If he had not been injured, oh my God, what a great season he could have had.
Yeah. I mean, the three Giants running backs finished in the top 52. You had Tyrell Tracy, you had Cam Scattaboo, and even Devin Singletary put up a good amount of points this year.
Look at number 52, Isaiah Pacheco. Wow. I think he was hurt or he was suspended or both. I can't remember.
Once he was hurt.
Yeah.
I don't even see. Now, this is only a list from 1 to 52. I don't think I saw Javonte Williams' name on that thing.
Javonte Williams, I think, finished at 31. I think
31. Let me go back to that.
Yeah.
26th.
I'm pretty sure. Number 11. Excuse me.
Number 11.
Yeah. He finished 11.
Yeah, Javonte Williams at 11, improving. Boy, he is a real big part of reviving the running game and with the Cowboys, definitely.
Well, I mean, think about it, Tim. We discussed this back in March that the Cowboys just simply couldn't go in with Zeke Elliott as their lead back, and they obviously couldn't afford to resign Rico Dowdle because of all the all the Micah Parsons stuff, all the CeeDee Lamb stuff, and all the Dak Prescott stuff. So you have to give them credit for finding someone who can run the football and make the Cowboys offense pretty balanced to set things up for Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens.
So he was a great grab right there. Let's go back to this one right here. Anything more to say about this lower list here? Kamara at 45, Nick Chubb 51, Pacheco 52. That's pretty much top 52.
Oh. There we go.
Oh no. That's what happens again. So now we're taking a look at the wide receivers here. And we all look at all this thought Jamar Chase. He finished number 1, but he actually finished 4th, which is not too shabby.
Yeah, if you
Justin Jefferson, he ended up finishing. Well, I think he's on the other list here. Anybody still hear me?
A little bit.
Am I coming through? Uh-oh. What happened? I thought I unmuted my mic. Hello.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, we hear you okay. It's just far away.
Sounds like you're just a mile away.
Okay, I can't hear Natale.
Sounds Sounds like you're a mile away.
Oh boy. Looks like I may have to jump out, but I may have to jump out of here, but I'll be right back. So you guys continue. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah. So you can keep the the list out, but Tim will change. We'll have to wait before Tim comes back to change it. But some of the receivers we were high on. We were pretty high on Lad McConkey, but he turned out to finish outside the top 26, and he actually finished number 27.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, and AJ Brown had a strong second half. He finished ninth, which I was, I mean, which is kind of a pretty dope accomplishment given everything that transpired with him and Jalen Hurts and Kevin Patullo in the first half of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we definitely have that to look at. Wanda Robinson finished number 11 because he had 1,000 yard season.
Yeah, Malik
Yeah,
Neighbors being out, that helped him.
yeah, and so then you have that Jalen Waddle as Alex mentioned, he finished number 19 on the list, and then Emeka Buka was in the top six before he got hurt, but he wound up finishing number 20. So
Oh, there we go. Now we hear you better.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you guys, but of course now I can hear you. I'll just take a look at the first list here for the wideouts here. Zay Flowers finished top 15. He was a great guy in the rookie year. Did very well again. Let's see, Tim McClelland, who I think could be a good candidate for offensive rookie of the year.
Oh, he will be. I think.
And
I mean, yeah, he will be because of how underwhelming the list is this year. I mean, if Darden Scadaboo stayed healthy the whole year, one of them would have won it for sure.
Yeah, no, so I put CD at number 3, and Natale had him at number 4. Flynn had it at number 2. Finished at number 17. Of course, he was hurt for about a couple of weeks. So I can understand that.
And also, both of you had George Pickens outside your top 26, while I was riding the George Pickens wave the whole time, and he wound up finishing number 5.
Yeah. So AJ Brown's still top 10 there. So I guess we can go to the next part of this list here. I had George Pickens at 27.
Yeah, and he wound up finishing number 5.
Yeah. I don't think I really. I mean, at the time, I think it was at the time that we did this. That wasn't this before or after he was traded from Pittsburgh.
No, we did this in July, so training camp had been open for about a week by the time when we did this special.
Okay, so and looking at the rest of my list here and compare that to everybody else. Well, it looks like Lad McConkey had an average season, finishing 27th. Looking at some of these other names, Roma Dunze finished at number 41. Marvin Harrison Jr., 46. Yeah, kind of saw a little down season from him. Jerry Jeudy at number 52. Yeah. So, just taking a look at this here. So I had Debo at 36, had Stephon Diggs at 38. Well, it looks like Stephon Diggs. I don't know what that thing is here because he's got in trouble with the law for something. I can't remember what it was, but so
Well, Stephon Diggs actually finished number 14.
there's 14, which is definitely a lot better than I expected here.
I mean, and he was 30 receiving yards away from a 1,000-yard season in his 10th season in the league.
Yeah. So I guess we can move on to the tight ends now.
Yeah. So, although one thing I will note that I had Luther Burden on the list, and he wound up having a strong finish to the season. So watch out for Luther Burden. He could take a big step forward next year.
He could. I've been hearing his name a couple of times over the last couple of weeks. So
Yeah, and I mean, and I talked about him a little bit during the off season. That I didn't like the idea of doing that, drafting Luther Burden in the second round when you already had DJ Moore and Roma Dunze. But Luther Burden adds a different dynamic to the Bears offense. That it feels like a Ben Johnson special.
right. So that's basically the wide receiver rankings that we had and how they actually finished. Moving on to tight end rankings.
Ooh.
All of us went Brock Bowers at number 1.
He had injuries, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually had the
in top 5.
Yeah, and if you look at points per game, so he finished number 3 in points per game, but he only played in 12 games because he was hurt. But and also the thing about the PR in PPR, Trey McBride finished with 302.4 points through 17 weeks. Kyle Pitts, who finished second, finished with 199 points. So believe it or not, Kyle Pitts was actually closer to the 28th ranked tight end in fantasy, which was Evan Ingram. He was closer to him than he was to Trey McBride. He just had a phenomenal season, and Trey McBride. I think part of it was Trey McBride only had 1 touchdown reception last year. This year he had 11. 161 targets, say 52 more than the second most by a tight end. 119 receptions, 37 more than the second best. 1,174 receiving yards, 304 more receiving yards than the second best, and then he and Dallas Goedert were tied for the most touchdowns amongst tight ends this year with 11.
Mm-hmm. So we all pretty much agreed with our top 5 picks that each of us made before the season. But out of those 5, it looks like only one of them was in the top 5 at the end. So look at this here.
Yeah,
Jake Ferguson did a lot more. Jake Ferguson did more than what I thought he was going to do, but good job for him. Hawkinson went 22nd for Hawkinson. Laporta at 24. He was hurt near the end of the season there. Brenton Strange had a good finish with 26. He's a young tight end you'll keep your eye on too.
Yeah, I mean, if Brenton Strange didn't get hurt, he would have been ranked a lot higher than that. I was pretty high on him, and I think his return. And his return marked the Jaguars' return to being a more high level offense, and Liam Cohen greatly schemed him up this year.
Yeah. So just look at Colston Loveland for the Bears. Finished 14th. Not too shabby for a young guy like him there. Tyler Warren is the name you got to keep your eye on too.
Yeah,
And John,
at one point this year, Tyler Warren was inside the top five.
uh,
Yeah, but then he had a rough. Then he only had one double digit game after the bye week.
yeah. So I guess we can move on now.
And zero finishes in the top 12 among the weekly finishes among tight ends. Whereas during the first half, whereas before the bye week, he had 8 finishes in the top 5, and he had none after the bye.
All right, so yeah, those are our rankings versus the actual results from the tight ends. How about the kickers? Well, we all thought Brandon Aubrey was the top. He actually finished second, which is not too bad. Jason Myers finished at the top.
That 6 field goal performance against Indianapolis, I'll put him over the top in week 15.
So the actual list here was Myers, Aubrey, Fairbairn, Dicker the kicker, Cam Little, Will Richard, Chase McLaughlin, Chris Boswell, Andy Boragalis, and Jake Mate. And finishing that 20 is Tyler Loop, Evan McPherson, Eddie Pinheiro, Joey Sly, Harrison Bunker, Cairo Santos, Nick Folk, Riley Patterson, Will Lutz, Chad Ryland rounding out that list here.
Yeah, I think Cam Little break the record or something for longest field goal.
Yeah, I mean, I think he had like a 70-yarder during the preseason, but that's not the record. But right. that doesn't count as the record. But it was pretty obvious that he was going to be relevant in fantasy circles. But again, this also proves why I save my kicker until the last pick, unless. Unless it's Brandon Aubrey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's basically how that went for the kickers. What about the defenses and the special teams? Well,
I mean, I completely whiffed on the New York Giants. Although they were my starter week 17. Which happens to be against the hapless, pathetic tanking Raiders.
Yeah. And of course, none of us had the Dallas Cowboys defense even in the top 20, and of course, it showed.
How the hell did we get 17?
So I mean, let me pull it up on Fantasy Pros and let's see. Maybe it's because of that stretch in November and December where you were playing bad teams.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I'll get you more detailed. So it was the stretch between weeks 10 through 14. Buffalo, Washington, New Orleans, and Jets games. And then this past week against Tampa, were your top 10 finishes.
Right.
So yeah, it's because you had the 3 turnovers against in that 4-game stretch. Buffalo, Washington, New Orleans, and the Jets. The Dolphins forced at least 2 turnovers in each game, and they had a combined 14 sacks in that stretch, including 6 against the Jets in week 14.
I actually had Miami at number 14. Yeah. Here, so the best defenses were the Seahawks, the Texans, Eagles, Jaguars, Steelers, then Vikings, Rams, Broncos, Patriots, Browns finish out the top 10. Then from 11 to
I don't think any of us had the Patriots on our lists. I don't think. No. Actually, Tim did. Tim has the Patriots. I mean, actually, we all have them. I didn't think we'd have them up there, but that turned out to be the case. I mean, part of it was because they had such an easy schedule this year, where they got to play, and the same place finishers that they drew because based on the allotment were the Titans, the Raiders, and the Giants.
Right.
Yeah, and that was their fourth place schedule, and all three of those teams had to play the Patriots. Although the Raiders did beat the Patriots back in week 1.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly.
Damn.
So, and the Ravens, which usually has a perennial big-time defense, they finish at number 20, which is kind of disappointing in my opinion, because I had them. I don't think I even had them in my top 20.
No, you and Natale had Baltimore at number 1, while I had them at number 3.
Oh yeah, Baltimore. Yeah, 1-1. You had it number 3. And they had their problems there, so of course they'll be fighting for their life on Sunday night. Of course, we'll get to that in just a few moments from now. So I guess that's the way that went goes. So I think it's time to test our brains a little bit.
Oh.
Because if I'm not mistaken, Flynn had a question, and Natale had a question, and of course, you know who always has a question for us.
Yeah, she.
Yep, our buddy Dashy, our favorite Bengals fan. So let me scroll back up here and show his question. All right, the question is: Cody Ford made NFL history by becoming the heaviest player to catch a pass for 20 or more yards. So, who is the second heaviest player to catch a pass for 20 or more yards in the NFL?
What the hell is that?
My goodness.
That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, I was thinking of Donald Penn, but that's not it.
I was thinking William the Refrigerator Perry.
Yeah, I was actually thinking the same thing. After all, he did run for a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Right.
Yeah, so I guess that's still something to think about. So we'll call on Dashy when we're ready for the answer here. So So who's next?
I'll go next. Yes. So my list is my questions is based upon players who most frequently appeared on fantasy championship rosters or rosters that won fantasy championship. Which player appeared the most common on a championship team in fantasy this year?
First this year, though. Okay.
Yep. Yep. All right, and now the tally.
All right, yeah. Yeah, I was initially going to do something involving the Jets. You guys know how the Jets could make history by having be the first team in NFL history with 0 interceptions. But yeah, I didn't go that route because I thought the question would be too easy. I was going to say who's going to be next up on the list as far as next lowest, but I thought that was too easy because the Patriots did it. Patriots did it recently. They only had 2 interceptions in a whole season once. Alex probably remembers that as a Dolphins fan because it was a 2018 season, I believe. The Patriots only had 2 interceptions that whole year.
Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, nobody had 1. I was curious about that, but my question does involve interceptions to some degree. So this is going to be which quarterback. Well, there's actually a tie for 2 quarterbacks here. There are 2 quarterbacks on the list that have the lowest career interception percentage of all time. This is based on per 100 passing attempts, but a minimum of 1,500 yards passing. So which one of the two quarterbacks has the lowest percentage, 1.4% interception rate per 100 passes?
Oh.
I feel like I know one of them, but I'm trying to figure out the other.
That will be an interesting answer when we hear it later on.
Yeah,
That's a very
we'll probably do the reveal sooner or later because I do have work early in the morning, so I'm going to get off between 9:15 and 9:30. Just to let you guys know.
Yeah, and a lot of this was fantasy based, so we can just reveal our game picks rather quickly tonight. So so we have that. So would you mind pulling up the picks graphics? So I'm just gonna run through my picks pretty briefly here. Because I have them on my thing. So so Bucks Panthers. I have the Bucks winning and covering. I have them winning 21-17. Seattle San Francisco was a tricky one, but I went for the better roster. And San Francisco's defense said they've actually played an easy schedule the last few weeks, and I think a much tougher team awaits them in Seattle. So I got the Seahawks winning, but with the spread moving from 1.5 to 2.5, I do have the Niners covering 29-27. I have the Falcons winning and the Saints covering. I've got Cincinnati winning, Cleveland covering. I have the Texans winning and covering. With that, I have Jacksonville winning, Tennessee covering. I have the Packers beat. I have the Minnesota Vikings beating the Packers 17-6 in what is my garbage game of the week. Yeah, I have the Cowboys winning, the Giants covering 31-28. I think it's gonna be a fun game. I have the Bills winning 28-13 over the Jets, and it looks like Josh Allen is off the injury report, and I think he's hopefully going to play a little bit. I have the Bears blasting the Lions 35-19 in my lock of the week. I have Denver winning, but for some reason, I think the Chargers are going to try to make this interesting. I know Herbert's not playing, but I think it's going to be a closer game than people think. So I have Denver winning 29-19. I have the Chiefs beating the Raiders 16-9. I have the Cardinals winning the cover. The LA Rams winning and covering. I have the Patriots winning and the Dolphins covering. I have the Eagles winning and covering, and I have Baltimore winning by Pittsburgh covering.
okay.
Ooh.
So on Natale, why don't you go this year of Hicks, if you would?
All right. That's for my first pick. I'm going to do something a little creative here. It's been years since I played this, so I got a special song for my first winner here. I'll play it very briefly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the Carolina Panthers.
Carolina.
Yep, the Carolina theme song. So yeah, I'm picking the Panthers to win this one to propel themselves into the playoffs. And for the next one, I was going back and forth on this one. I changed my mind on this game twice, but I'm going to pick the Niners to win this one and cover. This one, Atlanta and New Orleans. Even if Carolina loses this one, as long as the the Falcons win, Panthers get in regardless. I think the Falcons going to win this one too and cover. Next one, I have the Bengals winning and covering. And the next one I'm going to take also Houston to win and cover. Jacksonville is my lock of the week. And then let's see. This next one, Green Bay has absolutely nothing to play for. They're the 7th seed no matter what. So with that, I'm taking the Vikings to win, but I'm going to take Green Bay with the points. Now, this one initially, this was my original upset special. I was originally going to pick the Giants, but because of all the injuries and everything, I now, because Wan'Dale Robinson is out, a bunch of guys are out, I'm now changing my pick to the Cowboys on this one. But I'm going to make it interesting. I'm going to take the Giants with the points. I think they're somehow going to make it interesting. This one, I got Buffalo winning and covering. And then this one, Bears winning and covering. Broncos winning, Chargers covering. This one's an interesting one. If for some reason the Raiders win this game and the Giants lose, the Giants get the number 1 pick by virtue of strength of schedule. Because, evidently strength of schedule is the first tiebreaker and not head-to-head. But
a couple of other results are going to have to go the Giants' way, though. But those two things need to happen first.
Yeah. But regardless of this one, I think the Raiders are still going to lose this one. But I'm gonna take them with the points. The Chiefs still win. This one, I have Rams winning and covering. New England winning, Dolphins covering. And then Philadelphia winning and covering. This one and this last one, super tough to pick here. Winner gets into the playoffs, loser is out. As much as I want to give it to the home team, I'm going to pick Baltimore, but this one's really, really tough. Baltimore wins, Pittsburgh covers.
Interesting there. Well, of course, if any of y'all were watching Panic Game Pick'ems last night, Alex and I, we gave our picks, but just for a quick recap, I'll go through mine. I'm taking Tampa Bay over Carolina 27-23. I'm taking I'm taking the Seahawks on the road against the Niners. I'm taking the Seahawks 28-26. Then for New Orleans and Atlanta, I am taking Atlanta 27-24. I'm taking Atlanta straight up on this one. Cincinnati will win and cover over Cleveland 28-20. I've got Minnesota narrowly getting by Green Bay 26-24. Vikings with the win, Packers with the points. I'm taking my Cowboys over those Giants 33-27. Dallas wins and covers. Jacksonville is going to tear up Tennessee 31-13. I've got Houston all over Indianapolis 31-10. Buffalo circles the wagons against the Jets 30-16. The Bears will bear down on the Lions 28-23. Then I got Denver winning 31-20. Denver winning, but the Chargers cover. I got Kansas City 24-20. I got the Raiders covering that one. Then I got the Rams over Arizona 30-20. Rams winning and covering. 30-24. New England wins. Miami covers. Then I got those Chickens against those Commanders 27-20. Eagles win and cover. And this is my upset special. My upset special is the Steelers over the Ravens 27-24. Steelers move on. The Ratbirds go home.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
I can run through my picks real quick.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I had the Buccaneers winning the NFC South from the Carolina Panthers. I have the 49ers winning the NFC West, or winning the number 1 overall seed from the Seattle Seahawks. I have the Saints beating the Falcons. I have the Bengals over the Browns. I have the Texans over the Colts. I have the Jaguars as my lock of the week over the Tennessee Titans. I have the Minnesota Vikings beating the Green Bay Mother-Loving Packers. I have the Cowboys beating the Giants. I have the Bills beating the Jets because nobody circles the wagon like the Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bills, right?
Got the Bears beating the Lions. I got the Denver Broncos beating the Los Angeles Chargers. In my upset special, I had the Raiders over the Chiefs.
Hold on.
There you go.
Because this would be the most Raider thing to do to screw themselves over and getting the number 1 overall pick. I have the Rams beating the Cardinals. I have the Patriots beating the Dolphins. I have the Eagles beating the Commanders because the Eagles are so much better than
the Eagles.
And I have the Steelers sending the Ravens to Cancun.
Ooh, and another upset special.
And you know what we got to say about Baltimore?
Fuck you, Baltimore.
Yeah.
And as far as Tomlin, we do not care.
We do not care. Okay,
and as far as for the Raiders' blatant tank job, hang on, you dope.
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
And we probably hear from Jerry since we all picked the Cowboys. One more little playoff.
I want me some glory hole.
Sometimes you gotta love that Jerry. Like him or hate him, you just gotta love him, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, you just gotta love him.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think it's one of my favorite ones of all the ones I've seen Jerry do. The one I put together, especially for this year, when he made the statement on the first press conference of training camp.
Yeah,
and put this together.
What? Because I've danced with the devil, the financial devil, and lived to tell about it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so it's time to answer our trivia questions. So Dashy asked the question, what was it? Who was the second heaviest player to catch a touchdown of at least 20 yards or more?
Yeah, I mean Putnam and I both came out with William Perry because that was the only one we could come up with.
It's actually Jake Fisher, for what I'm seeing here in the chat.
Jake Fisher.
Jake Fisher, who was 305 to 306 pounds when he had a 31-yard catch against the San Diego Chargers.
So who?
I think the question was. I think the question was asking who had the was it the question like who had the heaviest player score a touchdown of 20 yards or more? Was that the question?
No,
that was it.
Second heaviest player to catch a pass of 20 plus yards.
Yeah, second heaviest. And I know somebody said Perry.
Yep. That was my guess.
Okay, well,
That was Flynn and my guess. Was William the Refrigerator Perry.
Yeah.
well, whoever said Perry.
Yay.
There you go.
Yeah, it was the great refrigerator.
Fridge.
Let's see, where is he? Where is the information here? Okay, here it is. Here is the
Fridge.
information, the answer. 43 BMI. Cody Ford had beat
Body
him by
mass
one.
index.
Yeah. Don't remember he was on the Bears championship. Yep. He's probably one of the most famous players on that
Super Bowl
championship team
Shuffle.
in '85. Super Bowl Shuffle. That's what it was.
Isn't it crazy that it's been 40 years since the '85 Bears existed and 40 years since the Bears won a championship?
Super Bowl Shuffle.
40 years. Yeah. It's been quite some time. So, Flynn had the next question, and I think his question was.
So I was looking for the player that most frequently appeared on fantasy championship teams this year on ESPN.
Oh, I think
Yeah.
I think that's an easy one.
I mean, I feel like Bijan Robinson is too obvious, so I'm not going to say him. My guess is going to be actually Christian McCaffrey.
So you're going with Christian McCaffrey. So what is your answer, Tim? So I just want to pull up the list and see how close you were.
I think I am going to go with my man Bijan Robinson from Texas.
Yeah, I wanted to say him, but it feels too obvious.
All right.
What was the question again?
So, which player most frequently appeared on ESPN fantasy football championship teams?
Trey McBride.
All right, let me. All right, let me get this. Let me get the list up. But as far as for those who answered Christian McCaffrey. And as far as people who answered Trey McBride, yes. So the correct answer was Puka Nacua.
Nakua Matata.
Matata. What a wonderful phrase.
I'm gonna pull up the others. We'll answer the tallies question, and then I'll get the then I'll hopefully get the answers up.
Alrighty. All right. So I guess mine is saying on here. I'm gonna make sure I'm reading this right. Yeah, we're looking for the quarterback that has the smallest interception percentage for every 100 passing yards attempted, but this quarterback has to have a minimum of 1,500 passing yards to qualify. So a quarterback that's had at least 1,500 passing yards in his career out of 100 passes per, who has the smallest average percentage of interceptions, basically.
Active or all time?
You said there was
all time, but I'll give you the hint though. The two players that are tied, they're both currently active.
Okay.
Oh, so that just eliminates my answers. Because I was going to say Donovan McNabb and Michael Vick, but they are in the
Mahomes
past.
is probably going to be the obvious answer.
Mahomes will be an obvious answer. I'm going to say Matthew Stafford, and
I'll only need one. I only need one. You don't have to say both.
I'll say Mahomes.
I'm going to say Aaron Rodgers because he is as he is as conservative as he is for talented players. So I'm going to go Aaron Rodgers.
All right, you're going to go Aaron Rodgers. Okay, Alex is going Mahomes. And what do you say, Tim?
I'm going to change my answer. Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield.
Okay. As far as Mayfield and Mahomes, let's see. All right. Neither one of them are in the top 25, so sound the X.
Ah.
And as far as, Flynn's. Okay, Flynn did say Aaron Rodgers. He's in the top 25. This is per StatMuse. And as for the noise we're going to play, Tim played the opposite sound.
Oh.
Oh, the winner song?
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers is one of two players that has 1.4%. All right, Flynn, you want to take a shot and try to guess the other person?
Okay, so I think we're gonna have to go to the rest now.
Yeah, this is an active player, so let's see if you can go 2 for 2. Oops! Mahomes was number 8. I goofed. So Alex was pretty close. Mahomes was number 8.
Okay.
Mahomes was 1.8%.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to. I said I'm just gonna try and go through, and Jackson Dart, because he has 1,500 yards passing, I believe.
Nope, Dart is not on the list. The other person was Jacoby Brissett.
Jacoby
Brissett.
Yeah, Jacoby Brissett and Aaron Rodgers both have 1.4%, but Aaron Rodgers did it in way more passing attempts. Jacoby Brissett has 2,215 passing attempts to Aaron Rodgers' 8,696.
Oh, wow.
And then Justin Herbert is next on the list at 1.7. I'll just read off some names, followed by Tom Brady, 1.8, Colin Kaepernick, 1.8, Tyrod Taylor, 1.8, Joe Burrow, 1.8, Mahomes, 1.8, Russell Wilson, 1.9, and rounding out the top 10, Jalen Hurts at 1.9.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, Jalen Hurts was another thought, but I think he had some pretty brutal games over the years, so I couldn't do that. Yes, so I'll also tell you as per the list. So Puka Nacua finished one. So 29.1% fantasy football championship rosters had Puka Nacua. Trey McBride finished 4th with 22.4 and first among tight ends. Christian McCaffrey finished 5th with 20.1% and the second among running backs. So Bijan Robinson, 23.8%, was number 3. Jackson Smith and Jigba is 25.2. If you're looking for the top kicker, it was Brandon Aubrey with 18.7%.
Yep.
And if you're looking for quarterbacks, Drake May led the way with 18%. And among defense / special teams to appear on championship rosters, number 1 was the Houston Texans.
Yeah, they were a big factor in Alex's championship run. He had them.
That's right.
Yeah, because he had the 14-point performance against the Chargers. Other names: James Cook, Michael Wilson, and Rico Dowdle led the way among average undrafted players. So Chris Olave appeared on the list. I mean, which makes it even more stupid for giving away Chris Olave at the trade deadline. But I digress. And Chase Brown rounded out the top. James Cook and Chase Brown rounded out the top 10.
Well, all righty.
There you go.
Yeah, and that's the list.
Yeah. So I guess with that, we are going to go ahead and close up shop on Fantasy Football Fever. Once again, congratulations to our league champion, Mr.
Oh,
Alex.
hail King Pistol.
Mhm.
King Fizzle. King
Bow
Fizzle.
down to your king.
I think I ought to pick up one of those hats the next time I go to a Burger King. Actually, there is a Burger King over on the next block from where I work. So
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
yeah, so I may grab me one of those too. It may not look like that one, but it'll be similar. So anyway,
Sweet.
yeah, let me get the information up here. Don't forget, folks. For those of you that didn't know, Hooked on Sports just landed. I think it was either late last night or early this morning. I listened to it early this morning. He gives his picks and he goes into a little extra detail about the game between the Panthers and the Bucks, the Seahawks and the Niners, and of course the Sunday night matchup between the Steelers and the Ravens. He'll go in depth for those three big matchups, and of course you don't have to just watch, not just listen to Hooked on Sports on Apple iTunes and Spotify and TuneIn and all that, but you can also catch him on his YouTube channel, youtube.com/John Flynn. That's all you gotta do.
For the win.
Pizzle.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Oh,
yeah.
yes. Planning game pick'ems. Ladies and gentlemen, myself, this guy right there, and also LC Muscles 28 give you guys our picks and predictions for the upcoming Super Wild Card weekend next Wednesday, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Wednesday on the 8 Pills and 90 YouTube channel. Be there.
That's right. And of course, next week we'll kind of recap Week 18, and we'll give our NFL wildcard preview for next week. So yeah, we're getting closer and closer to that time of year again, getting closer to the playoffs.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
Yeah, playoffs.
Mhm.
Yeah, we are so there. We are so there. So anyway, it was our fantasy season is over, but hey, we got a lot more to get to. We got week 18, we got the playoffs coming up, and of course, we got Super Bowl, the Super Bowl from
It's just a
Santa
little over a
Clara
month
County.
away. It's coming
Yeah.
fast.
Yep,
Be here
it's
before you
coming
know it.
fast before you know it. Yep, that's right. Exactly what I was
Just over
thinking.
5 weeks away.
This 5 week out.
Man.
Anyway, that will do it for Fantasy Football Fever. So, with that being said, on behalf of Mr. Alex Putnam, Mr. John Flynn, and our commissioner, Mr. John Natale, I'm Tim McClelland. Thank you all for joining us. Thanks for helping us make a great fantasy season. Enjoy the Week 18 action. Get ready for the playoffs, y'all. Till next time, God bless you. And as always, be a good sport. See ya.